You know the power of the Amazon Buy Box, but do you know how to win it and keep it? Do you know what will cause you to lose it even when you're the only seller on your listing? In this video, I'm going to explain what it is, how you can lose it, and how to maintain your buy box so that your product listings keep getting sales, and where you can see in Seller Central how often your listings show the buy box. Hi, I'm Becky, and today we're going to talk about the coveted buy box, also known as the featured offer. So let's dig into what it is. So the buy box is a actually former term for what Amazon now calls the featured offer, but you'll hear buy box used a lot. And it's really just that box that shows up at the top right of your product listings above the Buy Now button. So when you're selling your product on Amazon, you can go to your listings and you can see if you're winning the buy box and if your offering is for your FBA and FBM, which offer is currently winning that buy box. Now in this video, we'll be focused really on if you are the brand selling on Amazon, you are the brand owner, you're the only seller offering your product. So in this video, I won't be touching on if you either have maybe authorized sellers or unauthorized sellers that are also selling your product. But if that's a problem that you're currently dealing with, make sure to click on the link below in the description and we can answer those questions related to that issue. Now, for one brand, for instance, we help them go from over 30 sellers on one of their listings down to them, the brand owners, being the only seller. So make sure to reach out or even comment below if you want to hear more on that specific strategy. So for your product and selling account to be eligible to show that feature offer, you need to have a professional selling account. And it has to be actually in good standing as well. So you'll need to have your pricing competitive, your inventory must be in stock, and you must have quick delivery times. And it should be in new or even like new condition only. So let's talk about how you can lose it. Now, I've talked about this a little bit already, but even if you're the only seller offering your product on Amazon, you may not have 100% of the buy box. And later I'll show you where you can view this metric, but let me explain when you can lose it. And that's going to be assuming, once again, that there's no third-party sellers that are on your listing. Now, the first thing you'll want to look at is that fast shipping and delivery. Over the years, the buy box eligibility has changed, and now it's even possible if you're offering FBA and FBM, fulfilled by Amazon and fulfilled by merchant, your FBM offer could actually win the buy box if it offers faster shipping and delivery. So that can happen if Amazon might be moving some of your inventory from one fulfillment center to another for your FBA inventory. Now, typically your FBA offer will be the one that Amazon's going to prioritize because that's that fastest, most reliable shipping, and they're trying to give the customers the best experience with them. So that's really what they're going to typically prioritize. Now, if you don't have the ability for FBM to get it to the customers fast, you may also even lose that featured offer for your FBM offer. So let's say you're just offering it FBM because you ran out of stock or something, then you may even lose that. So this is where it's helpful to pay attention to your buy box percentage. Now, second is pricing. Since you're not competing with other third-party sellers, there's going to be still ways that you actually could lose your buy box. And this is when it actually may become a suppressed offer. So that typically is going to happen if you are in maybe other major retail stores that offer your products online. Now, if there's a discount or a sale that one of those retailers are doing, your offer may actually be suppressed until you match their pricing. And I'll show an example of what a suppressed offer looks like. Now, Amazon does scan the internet. They're looking at your product information, your UPC. So they want to be known as the trusted marketplace for shoppers. And if they notice that a competitor of theirs is offering your product for less, you might see your buy box suppressed, which in turn will start hurting your conversion rate. And ultimately that will lead to fewer sales. Now, the solution that works really best for fixing that specific problem is actually to match the other retailer's price while they're running the sale. And then when the sale ends on their website, then you can raise your price on Amazon and that buy box will no longer be suppressed like it was before. Next, inventory must be in stock. So if you do run out of stock, you will lose the buy box. Now, you don't want this to happen, especially for your top sellers on Amazon. And if you want to learn more about inventory management and staying in stock, make sure to watch my videos here and I dig more into that. And you want to really also look at keeping your customer service metrics high. This is another thing that Amazon is looking at when they're giving you the featured offer or the buy box. So Amazon's looking things like your cancellation rate, the late shipment rate if you're using FBM, and valid tracking rate for FBM as well. So they're also going to look at your order defect rate. So you should be regularly checking your account health to make sure that your score is as high as possible. And remember, the closest to 1,000, or the closer it is to 1,000, that is going to be best. And if you do want to learn more in depth about the inventory performance indicator score, the IPI score, and how it works, how to improve yours, make sure to check out the video I did here specifically on that. Now let's talk about how you can win the featured offer, the buy box, and where you can also monitor your buy box percentage in Seller Central. Now, in order to win it, you will need to work on everything I just mentioned, with reasons of why you may have lost it to begin with. But before you work on winning or even improving that percentage, let me show you where in Seller Central you can see yours for each product. So you'll want to do this first, and then for those lowest percentages, you can actually work on improving them to get them as close to 100% as possible. So you really do want to see that featured offer, the buy box percentage, as close to 100% as possible. So let me share my screen with you, and I'm going to show you where to go. So there's a few different places that I'm going to show you that you can go to see your buy box percentage, your feature offer percentage. The first one is actually really simple. When you have your main login page, you'll notice there's a widget or a little box at the top, and it's called featured offer. That is, remember, the other word or phrase that's the same thing as your buy box. So you can actually click here and it'll give you this drop down like it's showing here. And then you can click and it'll, by default, it'll show you your 2 days ago and 30 days ago. And if you notice anything that you're wanting to look into, just click on the number in blue and it's going to take you to your pricing health page. Now this does look a little different than it used to look in previous years. So this is the most currently what Amazon is showing, but you could see, for instance, if there's anything that is not eligible, it will show you here. So you're going to go to pricing opportunities. And this is where, if it was a pricing issue, you would be able to figure out which ASIN the issue of pricing was for. And they would explain to you, like, the reason is because your pricing essentially isn't competitive enough. So it would show it up right here. But right now, as in this example, I'm seeing there's no pricing opportunities at this time. So they're not seeing any more competitive with your price and things like that. Another thing you can do is you can actually go to your top left menu bar. So the little menu bar here, then go to inventory, then go to manage all inventory. And then you can click here on, there's like this option over here for preferences of like columns. So sometimes not all of your columns are showing by default. So for instance, see this featured offer eligible. You want to make sure that's checked off if it's not already. And then you would say save changes, and then it'll take you to your inventory page. And this is now, we can see this column, featured offer eligible. And remember, if you have anything where it's a parent-child, you're going to have to click that drop-down menu. But you can see here if there's any issues and looking at your in-stock. So I can see here, featured offer eligible. Yes, 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 yes. If you notice any no's, those would be issues that you want to dig into more. Now, the other place I like looking is actually inside the business reports. And I always like going to, so the business reports is found by going here, reports, business reports right there. And I have it bookmarked because I love looking at the business reports. And under the by ASIN, I'm going to choose this detailed page sales and traffic by child item, because I need to see if there's any specific, variations by the child ASIN instead of the parent. I want to see if there's any issues. Now, once again, and I've shown this in another video, but if you don't see this featured offer parentheses buy box percentage, and they also show it to business as well as a column, but if you don't see it, make sure to just click this show and hide columns, and then make sure to choose the buy box percentage or the featured offer percentage right there, if it's not already marked off, like if it's not showing by default. And then from here, what I like doing is you can actually take your featured offer buy box percentage. And if you click these up and down menu buttons there, you can actually then view it from like highest to lowest. So, if you want to look at ones that are furthest away from the 100% first, to dig into why. Now, that's just like I said, if you're noticing any issues, that's at the point where you will want to dig into why is my offer not showing up. So those are a few different ways to look inside Seller Central. So you'll want to, also make sure you're looking at your account health and your IPI score, your customer metrics. If you're noticing these numbers in general are down, that could be an indicator that it could be something with your account health. But if it's just for a specific product, it could be a pricing thing. It could be, and that would have shown on that other page that I showed you, the first page. Or, it could be inventory's out of stock if it's just a particular product. So make sure to look at that. And then really, you want to keep and maintain that buy box even when you're the only seller. Because when you lose that, then that really hurts your sales. So if you do notice that for several products that you have a low score, you're going to want to look into your account health, your IPI score, and those customer metrics. Now, keeping and maintaining the buy box, even when you're the only seller, that is really crucial, because if you lose that featured offer, that will mean a decrease in sales and ultimately conversions. And as my 7-year-old niece likes to say, you should watch all my videos. So here's a few more that you may find helpful as you look to grow your sales on Amazon.